like something completely different. He'll say, "Yo, I like the position you in," and I'm like, "Yo, did he just say I wish I could penetrate him?" Like, hearing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing, like, "Yo, hold up, wait, what did he just say?" Like,
as I'm getting it on, I'm getting it going, just starts going like overtime, like pow pow, and I'm just hearing. I'm like, bro, I'm hearing him. He's beating his dick so hard.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Cause what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave. Okay, for them that's what I was.
Like something entirely different, such as, "I like the position you're in," he'll say. And I say, "Hey, did he just remark? I wish I could get inside him." Enjoy hearing, "Yo, hold up. Wait, what did he just say?" Or, "You know what I'm saying?" I was like, "I'm getting it on. I'm getting it going." And this just starts going like over time, like pow pow. And I just heard, I'm like, bro, I'm hearing him. He's beating his dick so hard, I had about 15 encounters with Cassie and Sean. And I heard a lot of business because they would do things like have Sean talk a lot on the phone and on TV with people and stuff. And I would be in the middle, like I was just a slave. Okay for them, that's all.
Yo, they called up like they was just hiring a regular party. Cassie hit me directly, said her name was Janet, and said it was her birthday. So her husband said she could hire a dancer. So I just booked it like a regular party. At the time, it was like $200. I gave her a quote. She said she was gonna be there with some friends. They gave me an address and the time to show up. And I'm thinking I'm showing up to do a party, just a regular little striptease for a birthday girl.
Diddy's male groupies recently revealed what was actually going on in their freak-offs and what he was saying. It's a really crazy dude. Sean Puffy Combs is the most bizarre man alive. It turns out that in addition to holding his typical bizarre, Party's Puff was also flinging himself at other guys. Rumor has it that he maintained a rotating group of guys on standby, as if it were some sort of twisted fantasy draft, and one of them hired men. The Punisher, also known as Shy Hayes, just revealed some of Diddy's most bizarre show behavior. So you better settle in because what he said is sure to make you uncomfortable. We're talking about candles, veils, baby oil, and a billionaire butt pacing and acting crazy with his Tootsie Roll in the corner like there was no tomorrow. And it didn't just happen once or twice. The Punisher claims that happened 8 to 12 times, and hotel suites cost more per night than most guys' annual rent. Punisher said that Cassie, posing as Janet, called him and said she wanted to employ a dancer on a daily basis because it was her birthday.
Extra crazy because it's not straight on, so it's at the corner of my eye. I'm like, yo, this dude got on like a veil, and he's half the time he's beating off and he's walking side to side. So it was definitely a difficult space to try to be in. But I ain't no front, bro. At the time, I'm greedy. I want this bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this.
However, he thought it would be a small striptease as he pulled up, but the monster smacked him. Twist in the plot, Cassie, who is trying to hide who she is by wearing a wig, tells him that it's a private session for her and her husband. Did he think he didn't know yet? She told him straight that her husband would enter the room and that he shouldn't look at him or speak to him. Instead, he should act as though he isn't even there. Friends thinking it was just a crazy couple's trick. But then this supposed husband enters the room like a damn ghost, sitting in the corner, his face covered by a Muslim veil from neck to toes, and his hand on Tootsie Roll is holding an Astroglide bottle.
Yeah, so I didn't get the instructions from him, but it was instructions from her, like specifically. Every time I nutted, I had to nut in or around the outside of her box. Like, so on the lips, everything, and to that degree on the outside of her. And that was clockwork. It had to be done like that every single time. And actually, it was kind of mandatory. Like the session could not be over unless I nutted, and I had to nut on the outside of her. Like,
you couldn't leave until that happened?
Yeah, that was like mandatory. Though. It was like
So
that gotta happen for the session to be over.
Initially, it was only pictures for Puff's perverse amusement, but the Punisher said that things became more serious. Diddy went into full-on cuckoo mode. The Punisher claimed that after the first few sessions, it became mandatory to hit raw, and that every time he was about to get off, it had to be on Cassie's lips rather than the ones on his face. If you understand what he meant, the order was strict, and you couldn't even leave unless it went down like that. This man allegedly wanted instructions followed, not just to watch anymore.
And just to time, I happened to cut on the TV, and the TV had a welcome message. So the TV said, yo, X's house would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea, man.
So that's how you found out that it was Cassie and Diddy by just cutting on the TV and seeing the introduction on the television. Wow.
Cutting on the TV.
Wow.
He claimed that it took him more than a year before he realized it was Diddy, which is the insane part. Discovered it by chance when he switched on the hotel TV and saw the words, "Welcome, Mr. Sean Combs."
Here, like something completely different. Like he'll say, yo, I like the position you in, and I'm like, yo, did he just say I wish I could penetrate him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, hold up, wait, what did he just say? Like,
You're not gay, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Punisher claims that he was startled to see that he was hitting Cassie Diddy's girl, while doing all things became even more awkward when Puff began making advances on Diddy. The billionaire mogul himself, in front of a silent husband wearing a veil, he claimed to have heard Diddy whispering to Cassie that Diddy wanted to clap Punisher too. But the Punisher said he didn't want to because he wasn't gay. Asterisk.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all.
According to the Punisher, Cassie paid him $800 to set up a scene and requested that he place. Let's not pretend that this is merely idle chatter. A lot of what the Punisher said is consistent with Cassie's lawsuit and everything that has been revealed in court. There is even a scene where Cassie reportedly looked to Diddy for approval prior to the Raw smash. And Puff allegedly gave the all clear, saying, "Go ahead, have a good time." It appears that this was a sick, perverted power trip empire rather than love, long before Diddy was convicted, hit with RICO accusations, and began drowning in bizarre litigation. It was said that he was operating a business where Cassie was a pawn and other guys were only props for his own warped needs, although no one at the time believed Jonathan Audi's allegation that he was an escort hired by Diddy and Cassie. Official court records from the trial do mention him as one of the guys Diddy recruited. Let's fast forward to improve this image. Back in 2018, following his visit to Trump's National Doral Resort, Audi went viral, but when police attempted to figure out why he was there, he began to act strangely, as if he were claiming to be Diddy's employee recruited for some extreme freak sessions.
Hops up, half dressed, storms out the room. As he leaves the room, he says, "Dick better be hard," loud as and I was like,
so he had got upset and like stormed out, said, "That better be hard."
bruh. Like I looked down to make sure I had my blade, because I was like, oh, $150 this. I don't give a f. I will cut this. I will cut this. Like,
Stated Diddy supposedly gave him herpes and did other crazy controlling freak off things. After a lawsuit was brought, hush money was used to quiet everyone. In modern times, the Audi tale doesn't seem as bizarre as it once did. Nevertheless, another escort appeared on Armon Wiggins's podcast. claiming that Diddy had a strange fixation with guys and that he used to stay in the corner, making people uneasy. He even claimed to have witnessed Diddy running down the alley while nude, yelling and saying some crazy things. The same patterns of control and routine freak behavior kept popping up, along with Cassie's name. Now, you don't have to be a detective to find out what's going on because of all these stories. It's different guys and the same energy. The question is, was Audi the first to speak the truth and no one paid attention or trusted the online community? One guy hit hard, stating this further strengthens my suspicions that he is HIV positive. He refuses to participate, but we will monitor and work together. Another individual said walking back and forth with a bottle of Astroglide is super funny. Yo, the Free Cough interview tour is crazy. So now that the dudes are speaking up, what else is about to come out? However, what do you think? Is this all a staged smear campaign? Or is Diddy's bizarre empire finally collapsing under its own weight? Please share your ideas in the comments below. Press the like button, subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next jaw dropper to load up.